Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakama Kapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chach Hadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole for expedition is truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. Got another article here from biometricupdate.com. Alright, it got here, it says Experian, which is a credit company. Yeah, I'm assuming it's a global company. But this news coming out of the UK, right? So Experian wins 7 million UK government contract for cloud knowledge-based identity verification. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first read the title, I straight away thought about, that social credit system that China got running, right? And, they gathering all kinds of information and data, right? Because data is big business, man. When you're surfing the net and everything, man, you're continuously getting fished for information, man, all the damn time. Right, data is big business, man. Right, and Experian obviously got data on bare people because they give up their information for their credit scores and all that kind of business, right? So they're quite intimate with your finances and things like that. So yeah, so Experian's getting paid 7 million to do this business deal with the UK government, right? And yeah, man, this is this is what we've been telling you, man. Esau is ever tightening his grip on the earth and enslaving the masses, man. Right, with these deals, with these legislations, he is continuously undermining the economy at every turn. Right, it's on purpose, right? Until this whole place collapses. Right, that's why you got a bunch of people out there, right? Protesting and striking and stuff, because these men don't give a shit about your pain, your sufferings and how you're struggling. They don't care about that, man. Okay, they're gonna implode this economy, man. So all that's gonna be a waste of time, man, and people are gonna have to make tough decisions, man. Let me grab this quickly. This is James 2:6. But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you? These leaders, right? The elites, right? Don't they oppress us? They said they're oppressing the nurses, the mail workers, the tube workers, the police, the fire, the firemen. They're oppressing all of them, man. They don't want to give them no pay rise, even though inflation's at some craziness that these people are struggling to feed their families, man. These people deserve more money, man, and yet the government is just saying F you, essentially, man. The nurses out there struggling, getting overworked, getting undermined everywhere. Eventually, they're just going to let the place fall apart. The government's going to let this place fall apart, man. Okay, you don't think they will. You think they're going to have to come to the table and agree something at some point. No, they ain't going to do that, man. They're going to let this place fall apart, man. Okay, watch. All right? It says, do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats, right? So they despise the poor, they despise the common working man or whatever, man. The elites, they see us, or see their own people and those are like as useless eaters, man. You're a burden on society to them, man. You're the problems, all the problems on the earth. Not them, never them. But these people here, using up all the resources. That's why, they want you to eat fake meat, want you to go vegan, want you to eat bugs and all kinds of madness. They don't want you to own nothing. Right? The poor shouldn't own anything. Right? You better start, renting and borrowing and get get your digital currencies to your tokens to use things by the minute, by the second, and not a minute more. Right? They don't want you to own anything. It's very clear by the WEF, right? So they despise the poor, man. Okay, and they oppress the people. All right. So this is what all this is, man. That's why I say, you see what's going over there in China, man. How you can get blocked from participating or purchasing anything or going places or whatever if you ain't got the right social upstanding in society, man. You get given them credit scores, man. Just like bad credit, you can't get certain deals because you ain't on a certain level, man. Well, that's how it works. That's how how China are doing it, right? Restricting your access to shit, right? I'm not gonna bother read this article because, to be honest, ain't too much in it that I want to really want to bring out. But you know, it's all here in the title, man. You can see how these governments are moving, man. Okay, so let's just go straight into the scriptures. Right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48, and this is part of the curse that's upon our people, man. But you know, Esau, he applying this to everybody. Everybody is slave in Esau's kingdom, you know, outside the elites, because the elites are not going to have the same restrictions. They're not going to have to be made to eat fake meat. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have real meat. They're gonna own their houses. They're gonna own their estates. They're gonna own their cars. You know, they're gonna own what they got. They ain't giving it up. But you're gonna have to give up your shit. Esau gonna make sure that you go bankrupt. Yeah, because you're poor. Right? You can go bankrupt easy. He got more money than you. It's like a game of Monopoly. Right? When you got all the money and you got all the property on the board and you got a little piece on the board, bro, you're easy to bankrupt. You're easy, man. And that's what these elites are doing. They're just preying on the poor right now, and you know, fulfilling that WEF statement, man. You will owe nothing. That's what they're doing. Right, so therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send thee against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things. Right, you're going to be begging to receive everything at the mouths, at the hands of the elites, these rulers, these leaders, right, these governments and whatever. Right, you're going to be begging for shit. You know, and this is why when these CBDCs come in, you know, you're going to be, you know, like I said, restricted and limited. Right, you're going to be given an allowance, you know, that universal basic income. You're going to be given an allowance and allowed to do certain things based on, you know, whatever it is that they've given you, based on your social credit score. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be. All right. So in the want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay. Well, he had the Israelites in chains and in yokes of iron. You know, during the transatlantic slave trade, we've all seen that. Everyone knows that, right? But the new yoke that's going to be put upon the people is the RFID, the CHIP, the MOTB. That is going to be the new yoke of iron, right? That's going to restrict your movements. That's going to, you know, trap you. You know, that's what it's designed to do. All right. So this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11 says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Because always, man, they're going to make it sound like this is, like, you know, something positive, but not knowing that, you know, it's just part of your cage. It's just part of the building of your cage that he putting you in, man. You know? And this is Genesis 47, verse 15. It says that when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth, right? And like I say, Esau is imploding the economy, man. He's making your money worth shit, right? These companies, these jobs, man, they're gonna go. You know, your pensions are gonna go. When he claps the economy and you know, and your money goes to zero, and the bank's bailing your money, you can't access your money. And next thing you know, you're being told, oh, you got to transfer it into these digital currencies, you know, these CBDCs. You got to transfer it into that 1-for-1 or whatever they decide to do with it, and you have to accept that because you ain't got no access to your money, right? You're gonna have to accept it. You're gonna have to, or you're gonna have nothing, right? The money's gonna fail. Your money's gonna fail, whether it's under a fucking mattress or whether it's in a bank. It don't matter. Okay, your money ain't gonna be worth nothing. Okay, you're gonna have to switch over to CBDCs. You're gonna have to go into that digital currency, that all restricting currency that they're gonna, you know, what do they call that? What's the word for it, man? It's tokenization, right? They're gonna do all of that, man. Okay, and that'll be your rations, man. Because obviously, you know, you're gonna want to buy food, even though, you know, the food scarcity issue is gonna increase because they said they're imploding the economy and everything in it, right? But you're gonna be desperate. So most people are gonna be like, fuck it, yeah, you know, just jump on. You know, they're gonna give into the system, right? This is and Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail, right? And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herds, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all it's like for all their cattle for that year. right? So they gave up all their possessions. And like I said, Esau looking to take away your house. He's looking to take away your car. Take away those, because you can't make your repayments, right? He's looking to take all that shit from you. So you don't own anything. Right? But the final thing would be yourself. You ain't going to own yourself. Once you get given the MOTB, you receive that C-hit, man, you don't even belong to yourself anymore. You don't even have autonomy to do anything. You're going to, have to be given the green light or the say-so to do anything. That's like credit social score. And that constantly monitoring and tracking what you're doing, your activities online, offline, everywhere. You're always being tracked. what you're using, what you're not using, what you're not doing, all this type of shit. What you're consuming, how much you're farting, because of the CO2, you know what I mean? They gotta do something about that, right? They're gonna control and restrict you on another level, man, that you just don't fathom, man. So anyway, verse 18, when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord how that our money is spent. My Lord have our herds of cattle. There is aught left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our lands. All right, this is the last bit now, right? Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants. Okay, you ain't gonna own yourself. You're gonna be servants. Okay, you're already servants in this kingdom now, but like I said, the oppression is gonna get worse. The slavery is gonna get worse. Esau's about to fuck everybody over on another level, right? So, and we will be servants unto Pharaoh and give us seed that we may live, right? Because Esau gonna offer you the, because there's gonna be food scarcity, right? Famines and stuff, right? So he's gonna take control of the food system and the distribution and all that kind of stuff, and you're gonna have to go there, right? And you better be up to date. You better have the latest update, right? You better be on the system, the CBD system and the MOTB. You better be on that, right? Because if you don't, your cash ain't working here. Right, you ain't recognized, you ain't registered, because it's about registering. It's about identity, right? Identity verification. That's all about all of that, right? So all that's gonna go in a database. If you ain't on it, guess what? You ain't getting no food, right? So the food, they're gonna use the food as a weapon against the people, man, to bend the knee, essentially, right? Verse 20. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field. They gave up all their houses, man. They're going to go bankrupt. They're going to forfeit on their loans, on their mortgages. This is because for the Egyptians sold every man his field because the famine, the lack of the food, right? And I say we're in the same sort of situation that Esau's making right now, right? Because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. And as for the people, he removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt even to the other. He relocated them. Esau does that now. He does forced relocation, called, was it gentrification? He does that. Now he's locking you in places. He's locking you in cities. He's telling you can't use your car, in certain cities. You can't cross into different sections of the city, unless you meet these different criteria, or you got an electric car, or you got something anyway, or you got to travel around. You can't go through it, or you're gonna get fined. You see what this man's doing? All right. Let me grab. It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 6, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, right? Free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Unless you got the CBDC, digital currency, whatever, when they're issuing it, the digital pound, digital euro, whatever, man. However he's marketing it, right? You ain't gonna have to buy nothing. right? And you ain't gonna be buying nothing unless you got that C hip that's, you know, making that transaction, man. Because we all know to make a transaction, man, you know, we use RFID technology, right? If cash ain't gonna be used, obviously we're gonna be using the RFID technology. It's in your phone, it's in your bank cards. That's just, you know, what's going on, right? People are swiping with their hands to pay now. Amazon and you know, whatever, man, wherever. Got train tickets on their chips, you know, access, you know, VIP rooms and you know, unlocked doors and all kinds of stuff, man. You know, the RFID have got a lot of uses, right? As we know, right? And yeah, so you won't be able to do that unless you have this mark. Okay, that's gonna do it for you. All right, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, and that's what Esau's gonna push. You know, we may see a vital push for the MOTB this year, Lord willing. You know, that's gonna come more into the frame as the time goes on for sure. So why not? You know, we're gonna see it eventually. All right. It's Psalms 146 verse 3 says, "Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help." Esau is not going to be able to help you with this situation that's arising in the earth, man, because he's the propagator of it anyway. He's the one, you know, causing all this shit to happen, you know, through the will of the spirit of the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? But he's the one doing it. He's trying to make you submit by doing this. You can't trust him, right? But at the same time, he's going to tell you that, oh, he can save you out of the situation. He's got answers. He got the resolution for the famines and the failing economy and the failing, you know, money system. And you know, but you're gonna go trust him. You know, these leaders, you can't. You never trust our enemy, right? That's what the scripture tells us, man. We can't trust Esau, right? And these world leaders. It's Jeremiah 17 verse 5 says, "Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord." Okay, we're meant to put our trust and faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and believe in all these words that we're being taught in these scriptures, man. Trust in the Lord in a time of trouble, right? Because this is all the Lord's doing. The Lord is the ultimate author of everything that's going on, right? And if you believe that, you also believe that he can keep you safe in it, you know? You have to believe that, right? You're not going to go run to Esau, who's just a man, who's also the devil, by the way, you know, who's out here trying to enslave you and to destroy you, right? That doesn't make any sense, right? We're gonna side with the Creator, the one that's you know, bringing this around, that's making these prophecies come to pass, because all this that's happening is written here in the scriptures. That's why that's why we know what we're waiting for. You know, we've been given the understanding from the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahushai to understand and see what's going on. All right. So we're gonna put our trust and faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and choose the Lord. Or realistically, what's happening is the Lord is choosing us, right? The Lord has chosen His elect from the beginning, right? But we ain't gonna go run to Esau. We ain't gonna run to the enemy. We ain't gonna run to the devil. Right? He can't help us, man. Okay, he can't save himself. The Most High got a judgment against him, man. He can't save himself from. Right? So there's little point in you know, trusting him and going after him. All right? It's Isaiah 30 and verse 1, and when it closes up with this, right? It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt," right? "And have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt," right? You trust in the system, you trust in Esau, right? But ultimately, man, all this is going to be destroyed. Esau is going to be destroyed. America is going to be destroyed, right? This kingdom, this whole rulership, this whole system is going to be destroyed. So, you know, putting your trust in something that's about to be destroyed is foolish. All right? So therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Okay, those that trust in this man, in Esau and his system, those that trust in him are going to be brought down to shame. right? And the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. Because you thought you was making all the logical decisions, man. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was making all the logical decisions, things that you thought made sense. You know? But the thing that you couldn't see, or the thing that is unseen by the masses of people, it was, you know, the what was said to be the illogical choice is the right choice. The Lord, you know, you can't see the Lord, you can't see the salvation, you can't see these prophecies that are unfolding, you can't make sense of it all. That was the right choice. You know, that was the right thing to do. Not trusting this devil, man. Because we've been telling you he's been the devil from you know, a long time now, man. Beginning of our elders and apostles from way back. And you should already know he was the devil, man. You know, we put our people through. You should already know. But you still trust in him, man. That he's going to save us from all kinds of problems in the earth, man. No. He is the cause of all the problems in the earth. Right? He's the problem. And the Most High going to remove him, man. So they're not trusting in the devil, man. Obviously, they're going to go down with the devil. All right? But those that are faithful to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, they're going to be delivered, man. They're going to be protected in the day of evil. In the day of the Lord, right? So we know what side we want to be on, Lord willing, you know. We just gotta keep enduring until the end and see this thing out, man. All right. But you know, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. Lord willing, this is edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.